Pañca-tattva eka vastu nahi kichu ved. Rasābhāsa tabu vividha vived.
Pañca-tattva eka vastu nahi kichu ved.
Pañca-tattva eka vastu nahi kichu ved. Rasābhāsa tabu vividha vived. Pañca-tattva.
The five subjects.
Eka vastu.
They are one in five. Nahi. There is none. Kichu. Anything. Veda. Different.
Rasa.
Mellows.
Asvadite.
Taste.
Tattvaṁ.
Yet.
Vividha.
Varieties.
Viveda.
Differences. Translation. Spiritually, there are no differences between these five tattvas, for on the transcendental platform, everything is absolute. Yet there are also varieties in the spiritual world, and in order to taste these spiritual varieties, one should distinguish between them.
Pañca-tattva, the absolute truth is divided into five subject matter of releasing transcendental mellow. Advaita, without any difference, vadanti tat-tattvavidas satyam jad jnanam advayam. Absolute truth is one, but still there are varieties, transcendental varieties, just like Brahma, impersonal Brahma, and Paramatma, localized aspect of the Supreme Lord, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are one. There is no difference. Brahma is not different from Bhagavan, and Bhagavan is not different from Brahma. Bhagavan is addressed by Arjuna as Parabrahma. Brahma realization gradually. First realization, impersonal Brahma, then localized Brahma, then personal Brahma. The personal Brahma is called Parabrahma, the Supreme Brahma. Impersonal Brahma is the beginning of realization of the Absolute Truth. That is not final. Therefore, those who are satisfied with impersonal Brahma, their knowledge is not perfect. Jannera vindakha vimukta manina tai astabhavad avisuddha buddhaya. The realization of the Absolute Truth is the platform of Visuddha Satta. So, unless one comes to the platform of personal realization of the Lord, one is supposed to be avisuddha buddhi. Intelligence is not yet perfectly pure. So, here it is said, ekavastu. So far the substance is concerned, there is ek vastu. Just like in logical categories, the substance is there and there are many categories. We take for example that the absolute truth is one, but there are categories. This is Shakti-tattva, this is Prakash-tattva, this is incarnation-tattva, this is marginal potency, this is external potency, Parasa Shakti Vividai Srihati. There are many multi-potencies. Because the original is absolute truth. In one sense, everyone is in the same absolute platform. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a verse, Idam mi visham bhagavan ivetara. Idam mi visham bhagavan ivetara. This Vishwa, the whole cosmic manifestation, is Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just like Krishna manifested his universal form. So, every part and parcel is Bhagavan, but still it is different. This is the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Achinta Vedaved. Simultaneously one and different, inconceivable. We cannot conceive at the present moment how one thing can be the same at the same time different. Therefore it is called achinta, inconceivable. But Vedaved, just like we are, everything you study, it is achinta Vedaved, one and different. Take for example your own body and your soul. The soul is different from the body. Dehinasmin jatha dehi kaumara yauvanam. The dehi, the soul, is within the body. But the body is not the soul. So, this is different. Soul is different from the body, we have studied. But in another sense, the soul is not different from the body. Another sense. How? Because the body, the material body, is also coming from the same source. And the spiritual soul is coming from the same source, Krishna. Krishna says, aparādha. Krishna says, bhūmirāpanalo vayu, kangamana buddhi. These material elements, they are my bhinna prakriti ashtadha, 8 kinds of separated energy. Even though it is separated energy, it is the energy of the Supreme Lord. We have discussed many times, just like the fire and the heat and light. Light is separated from the fire, heat is separated from the fire, but at the same time, heat and light is not different from the fire. This is the understanding. This is called simultaneously one and different, inconceivable. The Mayavadi philosopher, they take one side only, that it is one. They do not understand what is the difference, what is the different taste, varieties. They cannot understand the varieties. Unity in diversity, they cannot understand. Just like sugar and milk, you prepare so many sweetmeats, This is Rasagulla, this is Sandesh, this is Barfi, this is this, this is that. Hundreds of preparation you can. But what is that? That sugar and milk. Similarly, variety is the mother of enjoyment. The Mayavadi philosopher, they cannot understand. Therefore they have been described in the Bhagavad, the vimukta manina, avisuddha buddhaya. They are thinking that now they have become one with the Supreme, Narayana. They address between themselves, Namo Narayana, that everyone has become Narayana. This is there. Everyone is Narayana, that's all right. But it's still different. That distinction is made by the Vaishnavas. The same example, the different energies, material energy and spiritual energy, they are different. One is superior, one is inferior. But when you go to the central point, from where all energies are, jato va imani bhutani jayanti. This is the Vedic injunction, from where everything is emanating. Agni, mahi, gaganamam, maruddisascha, kalas tathatma manasiti, jagatrayani, jasmad bhavanti, bhivanti, bhivavanti, vishanti, jancha, govindamadi purisam tamäng bhajami. The Agni is coming from Krishna. Mahi, the earth, it is coming from Krishna. Agni, Mahi, Gagana, the sky, it is coming from Krishna. Ambu, water, is coming from Krishna. Agni, Mahi, Gaganam, Ambu, Marut, air is coming from Krishna. Because it is coming from Krishna, it is not different from Krishna. Everything is Krishna. But when you taste the air, breathing, and the water, and the earth, and the fire, you cannot say because the air is coming from Krishna and water is coming from Krishna, so either I may be in the air or in the sea, it is all the same. We are living in air, but if I think that the air and the water is the same, I jump over the ocean, that is not very good idea. But actually, air is also Krishna, water is also Krishna, earth is also Krishna, fire is also Krishna, because they are all Krishna's energy. So, in this way, if we try to understand that Pañca-tattva, śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, prabhu-nityānanda, śrī-advaita, gataḥ, śrī-kṛṣṇa, gaura-bhakta-vṛnda. This is Pañca-tattva. śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, Śrī-nitānanda, Śrī-advaita, Śrī-gataḥ and Śrī-kṛṣṇa. Śrī-kṛṣṇa means jiva-tattva. The jiva-tattva, shakti-tattva, Vishnu-tattva, these are all tattvas. The Pañca-tattva. śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya is the supreme tattva, Krishna. śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, Radha-Krishna, nahi-anna. We are worshipping Radha-Krishna. So, śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya is Radha-Krishna combined. śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, Radha-Krishna, nahi-anna. Radha-Krishna pranaya vikiti allādini shakti rasmā ekātmanāvapi deha vedu gato chaitanya-kha prakata madhuna tattvaṁ chaikkamatam. Radha-Krishna, Krishna is the supreme. When Krishna wants to enjoy, they enjoy. Bhoktaram, jagadavasam, sarvalokamayasvaram. he is enjoyer. So, when he wants to enjoy, that is not material enjoyment, that is spiritual enjoyment, superior energy, not material energy. Because Krishna is the supreme, therefore he enjoys the superior energy. So Krishna's, the Radha-Kṛṣṇa-līlā is not material. One who understands Radha-Kṛṣṇa-līlā as material, they are misled. Krishna cannot enjoy anything material. He is supreme presence. If you say that we are seeing daily that we are offering prasadam, the vegetable rice, they are all material. No, they are not material. This is real understanding. How it is not material? That is achinta, inconceivable. Krishna can turn material into spiritual and spiritual into material. That is Krishna. Inconceivable, achinta shakti. Unless you accept achinta shakti of Krishna, you cannot understand Krishna. Achinta shakti. So, this is simultaneously one and different. This achinta bheda tattva you will find everywhere in Vaishnava philosophy. Similarly, here the author of Caitanya-caritāmṛta is trying to explain that Pañca-tattva agavust. They are one, Krishna. But ashadan, taste, akhila rasamrita sindhu. Krishna is the ocean of all pleasure, reservoir of all pleasure. There are different types of pleasure. Just like pleasure, like master and the servant. The master is also pleased by the service of the servant, and the servant is pleased by rendering service to the master. This is taste. Husband and wife. Husband is pleased having a wife, wife is pleased. These are the different tastes between master and servant, between friend and friend, between father and son, mother and son, between the lover and the beloved. These are different tastes. So this taste is required, transcendental mellow. The Mahavadi philosopher, they cannot understand this taste. They think everything is one. In the material world also we accept variety is the mother of enjoyment. Without varieties, everything is spiritual. In Vrindavan, everything is spiritual. That's why gaura-mandala bhumi, jeva jane chintamani. Just like this place, gaura-mandala bhumi, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place of pastimes, and the Vrindavan Dham, the place of pastimes of Lord Krishna, they are one and the same. Therefore Narottam Das Thakur says that gaura-mandala bhumi jeva jane chintamani, tar hoy brija bhume bas. These are the thesis given by great acharyas. So we should not consider that Nityananda is different from Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Advaita Prabhu is different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But at the same time, they are different. This is inconceivable. The taste. If you worship Nityananda Prabhu, it is as good as to worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The best thing is, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in his 5 different features, therefore the acharyas, they have worshipped all of them at a time. That is our prayer. śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, prabhu-nityānanda, śrī-advaita gadādhara śrīvāsa. This is varieties, transcendental varieties, different taste. Nityananda Prabhu is Guru Tattva. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sevya Tattva. The Guru is teaching. Nityananda Prabhu is teaching how to worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhaja gauranga, kaho gauranga, laho gaurangir namre. Jejana gauranga bhaje, sei amar pranari. This is Nityananda Prabhu's business. And Narottam Das says that gauranga bolite have pulaka shari, pabe hama buj, hari hari bolite nayana bhavani. Gauranga. So, to become immediately in ecstasy of transcendental love, if we chant this śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, prabhu-nityānanda, it is easier. There is no offense in chanting this Pañca-tattva. But there is offense if you do not properly chant Hare Kṛṣṇa mantra. There are 10 kinds of offenses, you know. But in chanting śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya prabhu-nityānanda, there is no aparādha. You chant in any way, you will get the result. This is difference. Taste. This is variety. Although there is no difference by chanting śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya prabhu-nityānanda and Hare Kṛṣṇa mantra, mahā-mantra. But still, by chanting this Pañca-tattva, you get immediately, quickly result. Therefore, our process is to chant the holy names of the Pañca-tattva and then we chant Hare Kṛṣṇa mahā-mantra. That is perfect. And neither mixing. The mixing taste is called Rasābhāsa. Rasābhāsa. And don't manufacture anything. Just follow. We disagree with the persons who chant that bhajo nitāi-gaura rādhe-śyāma. No, we must follow strictly. Mahājana yena gataḥ panthāḥ. We cannot manufacture simply for some worldly cheap reputation and prestige. If we manufacture something, that will not help us. We must follow. Mahājana Dharmasya tattvaṁ nihitaṁ guhāyāṁ. Mahājana yena gataḥ panthāḥ. We must follow the Mahājana. You will find in the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, the Kavirāja Gosvāmī, in every chapter, he begins śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, prabhu-nityānanda, jaya, advaita, gaura-bhakta. This is the process. So, we may read here with one commentary by my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. In his Anubhasa commentary, Sri Bhakti-siddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes the Pañca-tattva as follows. The supreme energy, the personality of Godhead, manifesting in 5 kinds of pastimes, appears as the Pañca-tattva. Actually, there is no difference between them because they are situated on the absolute platform. But they manifest different spiritual varieties as a challenge to impersonalists to test different kinds of spiritual humors, rasas, because they do not accept the different test. The Mayavad philosophy and Vaishnava philosophy, the only difference is, although the aim is one, absolute truth, but the difference is that they do not accept varieties of taste. Therefore they fall down. it is not our version, but it is stated in the Vedic literature, ārujya kriccena parang padang tataha patanti adha anādita jasmatam bhaya. By severe penance and austerities, these Mayavadis, they go up to the Brahma effulgence, but from there they fall down. Fall down. Because for want of varieties, you cannot live without varieties. Anandamaya Vyasat, the absolute truth is Anandamaya, by nature of Vyasa. Now there are the interpretation of the Mayavadis of this Vedanta Sutra, Anandamaya Vyasat, is, but we see that the Supreme Absolute Person is Anandamaya. Krishna will never see without Ananda. He is, taking care of the cows, he is dancing with the gopis, he is playing with his cowherd boys, Anandamaya. These are Anandamaya. These are the varieties. The Mayavadi philosophers, they cannot understand, therefore they think that this Krishna-līlā is Mayavad, a Maya. Therefore we call them Mayavadi. Everything. Maya, Maya, Neti, Neti, they take Krishna also as Maya. Therefore they are called Mayavadi. Because a living entity comes in this material world accepting this material body. Similarly, when Krishna comes, they think that he has also a material body. This is Mayavad. Krishna has no such thing. Therefore you will find in Dr. Radha Krishna's book, when Krishna says, Manvana bhava mad bhakta madhya mang namaskuru, he says not to the Krishna person, but the absolute which is within the Krishna. He does not know that Krishna is not different from his body. That he does not know. Krishna is absolute. Sambhavami atmamaya jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharat abhutthanam adharmas tada atmanam srijamaham sambhavami atmamaya. He does not accept this mind body. Etad isanam isasya. That is the, power, omnipotency of Krishna. Even he accepts this material body, it does not mean that he is material. Just like we see the deity, Radha Krishna deity in our front. Everyone will say, oh, this is a deity made of brass, material. But no, it is not material. You have to study in that way. Arche Shiladhi, Arche Vishnu Shiladhi, Gurusu Naramati. These are Naraki Buddhi, Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. The deity as material, Shiladhi, considering as metal or stone or wood, and Guru Sunaramati, and Guru as ordinary human being, Vaishnava Jati Buddhi, a Vaishnava, to consider here is American Vaishnava and it is Brahmin Vaishnava. No, Vaishnava is Vaishnava. This is absolute. Guru Sunaramati, Guru, although he is appearing like human being, he should not be considered. Acharya mang vijanyat, nāvamanneta karich. These are the injunctions of the Shastras. Suppose we are worshipping here, the Mayavadi will say they are worshipping a brass metal deity. So Are you so fools that you are spending so much money for worshipping a lump of metal? That they do not know. This is Achinta Bheda. And fact is there. Krishna is omnipotent. He can accept your service in any way as he likes. This is called Archa Vigraha. As Krishna's avatar is there, here is also another avatar, Archa Vigraha. He is so kind. You cannot see Krishna, you cannot touch Krishna at the present moment, but Krishna is so kind that he appears before you. As you can touch, you can dress, you can offer your respect, you can see. That is Krishna's mercies. But don't think that Krishna has become metal. No. And even if he becomes metal, there is no difference. But what is this metal? That is Krishna's energy. We have to understand in that way. So this Achinta Bheda tattva, Pañca-tattva ek vastu nahi kichu bhed, Rasābhāsa, the mellows, transcendental mellows. So these chapters of Caitanya-caritāmṛta are these are postgraduate study. You have to read it very carefully, and as they are described, we have tried to describe them as far as possible for being understood by us, but we should be very careful. śrī-kṛṣṇa-caitanya, prabhu-nityānanda, śrī-advaita, gataḥ, śrī-kṛṣṇa, gaura-bhakta-vṛnda. Thank you very much.